Hi, Lizzy.
Hi, Jasmine.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm glad to see
Good.
you.
You too.
Thank you.
So this is a continuation to our kickoff for our MLK commemoration, and the entire thing was planned to the MLK Planning Committee. We appreciate your willingness to jump into our conversation, so let's just get into it. Can you share the story of how you became involved in a particular cause or movement?
Yeah, for sure. I would say, like, I guess the origin of me becoming involved was just joining Posse in general, or like being selected to be a scholar. I think that boosted my confidence. That also provided me with the opportunity to go to Bucknell and opened a lot more doors for me. So my freshman year, I became involved with Boss Ace, which is a student-led service trip at Bucknell that they go to the DR every spring break. So I became involved with that my freshman year. Then I became a trip leader every year after that, and that has been such a blessing. I think that's really what sparked my, I guess, my wanting and becoming like involved with the community at Bucknell and just like on a global scale, on a national scale. Um, so yeah, and then I guess also just becoming a campus ambassador for Teach for America, and then that kind of just catalyzed my passion for educational equity. So that's something I've been more involved with recently, more so than Bosses, I would say. And that just like opened so many more doors for me, such as like being involved in the Accelerate Fellowship program this past summer, where I devised a mentorship program for eighth grade students, along with some other peers. And then also just like working with Caribou, which is a virtual interactive app for students, which aims to just increase children's literacy. So that has been, I think that has been part of, my passion for educational equity for sure. And like I said, Bucknell definitely took a big part in that because it opened just so many opportunities for me.
Wow, that's like really amazing work. Can you expand a little bit more into like what sparked you to get involved in this work?
Yeah, for sure. I'd say just like growing up in the county that I grew up in Fairfax County, which is in Northern Virginia. It's one of like the richest counties in the US. So I think growing up with a quality education, growing up in a diverse community, but also on the other hand, I grew up in a low income family with in a single parent household, and my mother was also disabled, so that was also pretty tough. But simultaneously, I also just like recognized my privilege. I recognized that I had lived a very privileged life with a lot of support, a good quality education. And I think that's what just sparked me to like help others to fight certain injustices in our nation, and in our just global community in general. And then also just like me being an empath, like I feel so hard for others, and like that's what just pushes me to do the work that I do.
I definitely relate to a lot of things that you talked about. So can you share a little bit about like what your involvement looks like on the day to day?
Yeah, for sure. I would say it really varies. Like during the semester, I'll probably be just in meetings and in class. A lot of the meetings are with you, Jasmine, so you would know too. So I would say just that. Also doing just like homework, self-care, because it's important to also put yourself first. And I'm just studying for my teaching certification exams to become a teacher in Florida. So that's been what's been like taking up most of my time.
Gotcha. And then our last question is like what sustains you?
Yeah, I would say just like also just like listening to Mary and Craig's interviews too, just kind of, I guess, knowing that there's activism through different mediums and in different sectors. So knowing that everyone's working through something, even if it's on a smaller scale. And I guess also with that, like, even if the impact is on a smaller scale and not really on a larger scale, just knowing you made that impact. Like, for example, with the mentorship program that I devised like over the summer, like knowing that I will impact like just a few students' lives is what kept me going.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Lizzy, and all your amazing work. And thanks to everyone who joined our session now. Please tune in to our next one at 3 p.m. See you all there. Bye.
Bye everyone. Thank you, Jasmine. Have a good one.